What's up, fam? It's Tanya. I'm talking with Tanya. Tanya J Miller LLC. You guys know we do life, we do leadership, we do it unapologetically on purpose. That means every day we are trying to help you to figure out how to fit the puzzle pieces of life together so you do life right and you do it well. So we're talking this week. I'm having us to think about things. Having us to evaluate life and see if we've been doing it right and well in the minute, in the time where we have an ability to pause and look at things, to pause and evaluate things, to pause and see if there's a cultivated perspective that's being developed, that's being planted, that's being tilled, and worked. So the question I have for you today, um, that I talked about yesterday, is what if you only had what you ever needed? That's a real question. Like, what if you only had what you ever needed? I think back of times when, my granny would tell stories about the things that they had and what they had to do to, make a dollar out of 15 cents, how they had to, come together a lot of times. Literally, she would say if one didn't have, the other had, then we all had. You know what I'm saying? And I would always remember that my granny would literally, y'all, every time until she got sick. And even sometimes when she got sick, she would still do this and ask us. Literally, it didn't matter what my granny had. No lie, y'all. She could have a half of a burger and a couple of fries. She gonna ask you, have some. No lie, have some. And I be like, Granny, you don't got that much. Why are you trying to split this with all of us? Because in her mind, in her heart, in her spirit, it was whatever she had, we all had. You know, because that was how they were. And that spirit lived on throughout her entire life, and it poured into us, and we saw it in her through us. And now we're, a lot of us are the same way. And so, I think now about the crazy, back in the day, they had bank runs when everybody went to the bank when stuff was going crazy. Well, yeah, we had toilet tissue runs, okay? We had paper towel runs. We had bleach runs, okay, y'all? But for real, toilet tissue and meat runs. And so it made me think, like, what if we only ever had what we needed? Like, what if we only had just our day's portion, just enough for today, and tomorrow will worry about itself? What if we only ever had what we had and we had to share it with our neighbor? We had to share it with our family. We had to share it with our friends so that we all could have. Like, what would that look like? Well, I can tell y'all, I've been seeing that. I've been hearing stories about that. And it's really, just brought my granny and her spirit back up. And just to know that we are being our brother's keeper. We are being our neighbor. And I think if nothing else, when we come out of this, we ought to remember that again. Like, literally, my mom is coming over one day this week to get some bleach because ain't no bleach nowhere in all the stores that my daddy has been going to. Literally, when it was the toilet tissue run, her and my auntie, if one of them found tissue, and it was ability to get two, one would get one, and then the other one, she would get the other one to the other one, and then vice versa when they found something. Like, you literally are seeing, we are figuring out how to do life if we only had what we needed. And if nothing else, I think it's helped us to be having an eyes wide open perspective, to be able to look at how we were doing life and to cultivate things for how we are doing things going forward. Or at least I hope it has. I hope that it's cultivated you to to do life in a way that you are, and I used the word yesterday, a steward, but I'll break that down. You're managing it. You're doing what you have with um, and doing it wisely. And like I said today, you are literally you're being one that is do, managing your daily and letting tomorrow um, be what it is, and counting that as today, and receiving the full blessing of today. Y'all with me? And so yeah, it's today. I just wanted to just, as we thought about, um, what if we only ever had what we needed. Um, some of us have been living that for the past weeks, and so I just wanted you to know that if you can take that mindset, that heart, that spirit of asking, have some, whatever I got, you got. We all in this together. We will see so much better. We will be so much better. We will continue to do life right and well. Peace, y'all.